In today's video, we're going to be going on a journey through climbing history to investigate the culture and the heritage of route setting through a bit of a creative lens. At first glance, route setting might seem like a purely practical endeavour. It's a means to an end. It's putting holds on the wall so that we can get to the top, right?
But when you really dig into it, like we're going to be doing in today's video, it's clear to see that it's about much more. Arguably, the problems that we climb on have kind of been the main characters in the entire story of climbing's history and evolution. But route setting isn't just about getting from point A to point B. Over the years, it's really developed into a vehicle for storytelling, for creativity, for creating spectacle, and also pushing the limits of what it's possible for athletes to do. But where did it all begin? And how did route setting evolve over time to become the art form that it is today? To answer that question, we flew to Germany to meet our friend and route setter, Lainy, to dig into the climbing archives, to set some boulders from the ages and examine how much route setting truly mirrors and tells the story of climbing culture itself.
To begin our journey through bouldering history, we're going to be taking a trip back to the 1990s and set the first of our 4 boulders with a very specific style in mind. As we're back in the 90s, we have to remember that commercial climbing gyms were just starting to pop up, and route setting was more of a functional necessity than the creative expression we see now.
You're torturing yourself, being strong.
Pain is just a milestone on a vertical journey to the limits.
Yeah, so we're taking our first boulder onto probably the steepest part of the wall that we have straight behind us, which we thought would be fitting for a kind of old school power boulder on small bad holds with room to cut loose.
And the climb we're looking at the moment is a classic from the schoolroom called Perky Pinky, easy peasy 8B. Mm-hmm. I don't think we'll make it 8B here because we need to be able to climb it.
In the 1990s, spaces like Sheffield's iconic schoolroom became labs for climbers to push the boundaries of training and invent new moves. But a look through the archive reveals early days of bolt-on holds and fairly simple movements.
If you're really strong, then you're always going to come out top.
Yeah, so we already have a small selection, starting with wooden holds.
History has been made here today.
Because they used to make their holds themselves back then.
So we're still looking at a time where there weren't really commercial climbing gyms. There weren't facilities that you would go to for recreational climbing.
And then also holds imitating rock structures. So this is also what I picked out here. I mean, we're not going to set a complete accurate replica of Perky Pinky, obviously, but I just kind of want to have the flow of the route and capture that. And it started with a good hold on the right, I think, and then a far move left out, and then the next move is a cut loose jump.
Yeah, I think what's interesting about something like the schoolroom as well is put a bunch of holds on the wall, have a spray wall, and then create holds out of what was already there, rather than creating single boulders like you would get in a commercial gym.
My personal challenge for the day will be not to make it look nice. Maybe we'll spice it up and do something different now than they did on the board and do a cross or something. Mm-hmm. Into this, maybe. Because the angle is changing there. The holds cannot be as in-cut as they have to be in the overhang. And we just have in-cut holds here. I mean, I could jump to one of the wooden ones, which would probably be very much in the style, but I don't know if I can hold that. It just has 0 friction. But that could be something. Or maybe we'll jump into this one. I'm going to put this one up there. Maybe we can use it, maybe we have to change it. We'll see. I have an idea. This one's quite good. I need a different hold. I don't know if I can hold that. Honestly, just left, right, left.
Traveling back in time.
Traveling back
all
in time.
All the way to 1990.
Channeling my try-hard energy. Probably not being able to do the first move.
Strong! So strong.
Yes, come on.
Come on! Yes! Okay, what?
That was too easy.
That was solid. How did it feel?
Good, because the holds are all so good. I kind of made them.
I need to cut my nails, I think.
Come on. Come on, you got it. Yes, really good. Come on. Come on. Really good. Come on, go for it. Yes! That was so good.
I was like basically in the cafe by the time I landed though. Like proper banana.
I think you'd see that in a gym today.
Yeah, on like filter boards or moon boards or boards.
Yeah.
It has so little complexity that probably if you were to set this in a gym, the head setter might want you to change something. Let me know. Are you good?
Yep.
Okay, taking it away. You're safe. Come on, really go for it. Come on. Yes, so strong. Nice, Hannah. Come on. Come on, you got it. Come on. Nice. So cool.
Oh, that's a really cool move. And I'm glad the hold's as good as it is when you get to it. I feel the pressure. Okay.
This is the last go on the 90s.
Nathan.
Nice, come on. Come on, you got it. Come on, Hannah. Come on. Come on. Really nice. Come on, really go for it. Come on. Oh! Come on, come on. Super solid. Now give it all you got. Come on. Come on. Yes! So strong. Come on. Nice.
Yeah, that felt a lot better. That's cool. That move is so nice.
I think I found something.
It kind of gives me a weird feeling when I look at it.
Moving into the turn of the century, the finger strength intensive style of the 90s gave way to more dynamic routes, and competitions drove climbing as a spectacle to be consumed for the first time. Competitions brought even more creativity into the mix, evolving from simple strength-focused problems to dynamic and visually appealing problems.
It's all about the plastic.
Basically, the first bouldering comp was in 1998, and they realized that they had to adapt the setting a little bit because just creating this powerful boulders was not selective enough because the competitors were all very strong. So they started to bring in new elements like adding complexity.
And I think this is maybe where we start to see bouldering as slightly more of a kind of spectacle, like something to be watched. And so I think the style of route setting kind of accommodates for that as well. It starts to become a little bit more showy.
Basically from setting for oneself, just for training purposes, it suddenly became setting for someone else, setting for the audience and setting for the competitors. So yeah, obviously that changed it. And also the holds are starting to get a bit bigger. Weird hold.
As like a reference, we're not aiming to recreate this boulder, but it's as inspiration. We're watching Daniel Woods climbing in a Bouldering World Cup from 2010, and we've got this kind of like wild 2-pocket start into like a foot first move, and then basically like campusing through like awful slopers. So still very much that like yeah, like raw power and strength.
This pretty jug. This and this.
Did you just call this a jug? Like when you look at the like our first generation boulder, it's fairly straightforward that it's like right, left, top. Whereas looking at this on the wall,
This is also kind of cool.
yeah, there's more reading needed.
And I think we're either gonna try to do the feet first or try to do some kind of press.
Looking like I'm doing something.
we're just exploring different ideas now because we thought it would be really fun to have an awkward press sequence here where you have to like wrestle with this a little bit and then jump into that.
Okay, so what surprised me picking up like this hold in particular, as someone that doesn't root set, is how heavy it is. But as the development of holds kind of progresses over time, we could have bigger and bigger holds with more lightweight material. So that's why we see huge big macros, like in more modern root setting, that don't weigh
A ton.
a ton.
I think we're onto something here. Destroy our move a little bit. I think I'm doing a good job at making it look very random. This also feels too hard.
I feel like maybe I should have warmed my shoulders up a little bit more for this, but we'll see. Crowd pleaser. Wait, what did I do? This one.
Nice, come on. Come on. This looks so not good for the wrist. Oh my god. Come on.
Honestly, I think the wrist felt fine.
Really?
The left shoulder,
The left shoulder didn't.
less fine.
I don't think this will be a flash.
You didn't think so?
No, I don't think so.
It's quite a narrow rotation. Yeah, it's nice, nice, nice. Come on, Lainy. Yes! Come on, Lainy. Yeah. Come on. Strong. Come on, come on. So good. It was a flash.
It was a flash. But that was a surprising flash, and I felt like the first move felt very desperate. Probably didn't look cool.
I was not expecting it. It was just like, it did
Yeah.
look kind of like an awkward jump rather than like a nice flowy jump.
But that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it awkward and not flowy.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting seeing your method. I was really thinking to like almost break it down into two parts and like stop and then go.
I could
But you
see
just
that
do the whole
working as
thing.
well. But I think the way I did it, it's easier.
Yeah,
to be honest.
just go with your momentum of it.
You just have to be very explosive.
I do.
Yes, yes, that was so good. That's really good. Nice. Come on. You can double it? Yeah. Nice, come on. Ali, come on, you got it. Yeah, really nice. Nice, come on.
I really didn't want to bump again.
I think it's harder to bump from the heel. I think if you do the heel, you kind of need to double it, the right one. But you could probably get away with it.
I've like worked the kind of like semi-dynamic move. What is a dynamic move? Yeah, it's like committing, but it goes. So I'm gonna try and piece it together.
Come on, you got it. Come on. Yes, come on. Come on, keep at it. Come on. Come on, you got it. Nice. Come on. Come on. Really go for it. You almost had it last one. Come on. Come on.
Ooh.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Oh, too far.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Oh, that didn't look good.
Yeah, nice. Come on. Strong. Yeah, strong. Yeah, Lainy.
Nice. Niklas was like, can you please do it again? I was like, no, I don't want to. So he was like sitting, not filming.
In this video we're mapping the developments in modern route setting, but I think it's also worth mentioning at this point that developments in climbing more broadly and in climbing equipment are also changing the direction of route setting. So you might have spotted that both Lainy and I rep Mad Rock shoes, and I thought that this would be a great part of the video to point out that things like climbing shoes are also significantly changing climbing by allowing us to access and utilise smaller, more technical footholds with greater precision and specialised rubber and more forward-thinking design features. I think it's really easy to overlook how developments in gear ultimately push the limits of sport and are allowing for more difficult routes to be climbed, and so more difficult routes, or different routes, to be set. As a little bit of a history for those that are interested, Mad Rock began in 2002, so they've seen a lot of shifts in the climbing industry, but I think the thing that stayed consistent is that they say that innovation isn't just a motto to them, it's a way of structuring their whole brand. And working with them over the last year and a bit, it's been really clear for me to see that that's genuine, and that meeting the needs of modern climbers while still staying affordable to those climbers is really at the heart of what they do. If you're a Mad Rock fan, or you just want to try Mad Rock and you haven't already, then you can use the code HMBFREE for free shipping to the UK, and I'd love to know how you get on. But now, to see some Mad Rocks in action on the boulders.
I think at this point in our timeline, this is where we really start to see like dynamic and coordinated.
Complex dynamic stuff. Yeah.
More kind of like showpiece.
Yeah.
Or like showstopper boulders.
This is also like, this set is seen a lot on like comps nowadays.
And then I guess like a difference in 2020s is the introduction of a lot bigger volumes and a lot bigger holds.
Yeah.
Right, so we're like dealing with more macros.
Yeah, and fiberglass. Because what is new in the 2020s is that I'm also thinking about the height of people climbing it. So I want like small people to be able to do it as well as tall people. So I don't want to make the distance from here to the hold that you jumped into too far.
Is that something that you'd be thinking of because of a field of competitors, or because of making a boulder like something that could be climbed in the gym?
If you're setting for a comp, you have to think of everyone, because it would look so bad if one person wouldn't be able to reach something.
Yeah, there's a lot of dual texturing on, so I think that's something that definitely becomes more and more frequently used. Also with this boulder, you're seeing more coordinated movement than you might in previous World Cups, like in the World Cups in the previous decade. Perhaps there was dynamic movement in those World Cups, but it tended to be fairly simple. Okay, so this is our third era.
Yeah, I thought about like a press up, kind of run in move at the start, and then the dyno.
Yeah, Lainy, come on. How did that feel?
Like I need more commitment.
You've got a look in your eye that's like, I know it's possible.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
It's just like a question of executing the move and really going for it and daring to commit.
That's the wrong hold. But I'll take it.
Because it's always quite scary when you jump into an overhang and you jump into something where there's not a wall. Come on. Don't try to go for the hold, just try to go over the volume a little bit. Yeah. And then like you can start like this and go a bit further every time.
Just add a bit each time.
Just baby steps.
Come on. Yeah, Lainy, come on.
Yeah, it's definitely like proper parkour style now, where you don't have to coordinate just one dynamic move, but it's a few steps that you do.
Why do you think parkour style has gotten so popular in the last 5 or 10 years?
Because it's a lot of fun. Honestly, because it just works very well with climbing on the wall. I think that's also why you see very established comp athletes who have been in the scene for years and years. Were like super strong and perform very well earlier, kind of struggle with those kind of moves because it's not so much in their body. And I think it's very different for the new generation of athletes because
They have
just
grown up
train
on it, yeah.
from being kids. If I think about what I sometimes see comp kids do, it's crazy. And it would be really, really interesting to see where this will go in the next years, I think.
I think I struggle with this style because there's a lot of like fast moving parts, and I think I'm a very cautious, slow, deliberate, careful climber. Like I'm definitely always in the mind to make sure that the position I'm in feels like solid and secure before I move on to the next one. And so with coordinated dynamic moves like this, I don't have the time or the kind of like pause positions, I guess, to be like, okay, yeah, I feel solid and I feel confident and I'm going to go for the next move.
At a very big stage like a World Championship or Olympics, it definitely also helps you to have experience, to not get thrown off when you hear the crazy crowd and all that stuff.
We've travelled all the way from the 1990s, and now we're going to be setting our present day boulder. Route setting has evolved into something much more than we saw in 1990, a mix of movement, physics and even choreography, you could argue. No more just pulling hard on small crimps, now you need explosive coordination, balance and body awareness. Setters are creating problems that require full body engagement, almost like a dance, and holds aren't just functional anymore. Nowhere is this futuristic evolution more clear than in modern climbing competitions. The world's best climbers are being tested with moves that look impossible. And what's next?
So now that we're on our like last evolution, or the most present day that we can get without getting like super futuristic, I think one of the big differences that you can tell when you compare the first boulder that Lainy set today and this boulder is size of holds. And I guess what size of holds also directly correlates to is price of holds. So if you look at like the small little wooden jibs, which might have just been kind of repurposed from like spare wood lying around, to now these like purpose custom built macro holds, you're looking at like quite a price difference, which I think is super interesting. So interesting.
One more hold.
Then how much do you think these holds will cost?
I don't know. Definitely a few thousand. Now we take a break.
And now we eat.
Because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. You are hungry.
I think it'd be interesting to go first to see what I do without any preconceptions about how it's supposed to be climbed.
Normally when you test in route setting teams, it's always set a last because you want to see what kind of data other people are using.
Yeah.
So normally it's set a last.
Okay.
But normally you also kind of had time to get into the boulder yourself before without the other people seeing it, which we didn't do today. So it would be interesting if it works out now or if it doesn't.
Well, I will say I've seen some sneaky beats already. So.
Come on.
I've seen Nathan give it a go with the like more dynamic toe catch.
You want to try that?
I was born in the wrong time.
Let's go. Yeah.
I'm all right. Okay, let's see it. Yes, so smooth. Come on. Yeah, Lainy, come on. So you pleased with it?
Yeah. That's like worked out how I wanted it to work out. I mean, now it would be interesting to see if you could, like, if this was a commercial set now, other setters would go into it and see if we can break the beta. And then we have to see if the intended beta is by far the easiest one and hits the grade. And if the other ones are a lot harder, I don't mind, and we could leave it like this. But if we find something kind of breaking, that would make it a lot easier, then we'd have to change it.
You made that start move look so smooth. Or just one fluid movement.
Yeah.
Oh.
Before she did it.
Yes, I think I'm just like not rocking over my, I'm like leaving my bum behind. Story of my life.
Come on. Yes. Nice. Yeah, really good. Really good. Come on. You got it.
What did you do?
You have to do a foot swap. Yeah. Come on, you got it. Yes. Yes.
I like
Almost.
stood on my, standing over the like right definitely helps a lot. I think I like hit the yellow, like I caught it kind of weird. And then like,
But it is kind of like a weird
press.
pressing upwards.
Nice, Lainy. Yeah, nice.
At the end of my day with Lainy, I'd learned a couple of things. Firstly, that route setting is really time and energy intensive, both physically and creatively. It's probably why all the route setters I know are wicked strong. I learned that I was probably born to climb in the 90s, because no style of climbing suits me better than tiny wooden chips for hands. But most of all, I learned that you can learn a lot about the history of climbing from a quick glance back through the decades, and that story is about much more than just putting holds on walls. Ultimately, route setting shapes how we climb, compete, and connect with climbing as a sport and as a culture. With social media also fueling innovation in the route setting industry, and with futuristic and inventive new styles of movement coming through the World Cup stage, it's clear that route setting is now as much about storytelling and art as it is about training and getting strong.
Thank you so much for your time, setting all of these beautiful boulders. Do you have a favourite? Is that an impossible question? So like picking a favourite child?
I think like probably this one.
Yeah?
Just because it's a typical Lainy boulder, so I would just like it the most. But I have to say that surprisingly, all of them made me really happy.
Yeah. I think they turned out really, really well.
I think they turned out really well, and it's always nice to set something different from what you would normally set. I think it was a really fun experiment that I'm going to take a lot away from. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Inviting me.
Yeah. I've left all of like Lainy's social media, where to find Lainy in the description of this video. So if you haven't already, make sure you go and give her a follow. Should I mention that you might be starting a YouTube channel?